Hey guys, Kamina the coach here again. Oh, whoops, sorry. Got training stuff going here. So I'm working from home again. We're not going to get into all that. So really this is just kind of another love letter to biracial, transracial adoptees, especially in the United States, especially right now. So I think it's the 28th of April, 2021. And not to say that police violence has ever not been a thing for Black Americans, African Americans, but it is especially insidious now. We've just recently had a verdict to the police officer that choked and killed George Floyd, and people are really upset about it. It disturbs me that there are so many people in the country that want to fight against that and say that he was right in that, and just a lot of people that have killed African Americans, like trying to appeal to have their sentences overturned, and just a lot of murdering of young Black Americans in the street. And just thinking about how difficult that is to deal with. Yes, I'm biracial, but when every day that I wake up, I am Black, and the world sees me as Black, especially in the United States. If I go somewhere else, another country, depends, but we're talking about here in the United States. And there's just no way to escape it. And I was finally brave enough to, my search angel kept reaching out to me, and I finally just, she kept kind of forcing herself on me. I'm like, it really offended me the way that you told me that my father had passed away, and with the history of violence via text, as if that violence negated his life. And instead of leaning in and apologizing and accepting responsibility for that pain and hurt, she deflected, which is what I find that a lot of white people do. And in one of my videos, I had talked about wanting to be unapologetically Black, and being able to speak my truth no matter what. And I think, honestly, the reason why I don't speak out about that stuff anymore, because I think I did before, and the thing is I'm met with so many deflections. So it took a lot for me to be brave enough to say that. And to just be met with a deflection, I'm really glad that it ended the conversation. I'm glad that she got the point. But she basically responded to me and said, if you look for racism, you're going to find it anywhere, as if we have to look for it in a system that was never built for us. So it's not that this is a new realization that white people in general, this is a general statement, that white people in general in the United States are like that. Old, young, it doesn't matter, rich, poor, have a desire to deflect. Anytime racism is brought up, that's not a new realization to me. It has just been recent, though, that I have brought in white people that I share DNA with into my life. And recognizing how difficult it is to try to juggle those relationships and racism, and just kind of, I'm at a point where I own that I'm Black. I own that racism is a thing, and I was raised by racists. That a large part of the United States is racist and doesn't even know it. I own these things, these facts, and the way that I have been able to maintain a positive attitude and keep my head above water and stay afloat, basically, is limiting the amount of people other than African American that I deal with, and the African Americans that I deal with, um, those being people on my level who see things quite similar to me. Um, but having found people with whom I share DNA, I have been inclined to invite people into my circle that I wouldn't have otherwise. And I guess this video is just a reaffirmation of the fact that I've not really seen any progress in those people. And just saying that you love me isn't progress. Um, Wanting to understand the root of the problem. Racism is the problem, but you know, why why is it so ingrained in our system? And that you are white, you just by the fact that you're white, you benefit from a system that was designed to never benefit black people. So I need for white people to be able to be in my life on an intimate level. I need to see that, and if you don't understand that, I need to see that effort being made. And you know, in another video, I'd mentioned that my mother unfriended me quite rapidly, and my brother blocked me, which is okay. It really is. I would rather not be in contact with you than be in contact with a racist. That's just where I'm at in life. So it's difficult because my partner, who I love with all my heart, is has a daddy wound and feels that very, very strongly that I should stay connected to these people. But the truth is, without the appearance and the evidence of real work to show that these people are advocates, I open my hands to free you to move on with other endeavors in your life. And it's hard for me to be I'm in a group for adoptees who have cut ties, and it's hard for me to see people struggle with letting go of family. Isolation is not good. Isolation is a killer. It's not good, but having toxic people or people that aren't good for you in your life is also not good for you. And I just, I think so much pressure is put on us as adoptees to be grateful and to be thankful and just constantly groveling and be thanking everybody for what we're given. When a lot of times what we feel we've gotten is the shit end of the stick. So this is one time I'm not going to apologize for this. I know that there are probably professionals that might not even agree with this, but this is I think a very unlooked at, unstudied aspect of adoption, especially because we're not really studied that much at all. But those of us who are transracial adoptees, who are also biracial, half black, half white adoptees, and how we view the world, and now are positioned to view white people as a result. My partner asked me if I was going to make a video about this, so I figured I probably should, since he was asking me about it. And I guess just a reaffirmation, love letter to my biracial, transracial adoptee friends, that it's okay to cut ties for your sanity. You're not obligated to maintain ties with anyone, blood relatives, first family, adoptive family, or anything of the such. I have not been in contact with my adopters in a decade. I'm 100% okay with that. And I found my first mother the weekend before Easter, and we haven't been in contact for, I guess, 2 weeks or something like that. Maybe going on 3 weeks, and I'm okay with that too. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I wish I had something more happy, more upbeat to share with you, but that's just kind of where the world is right now. I've kind of hit a rough, rocky patch inside of myself, really just trying to navigate a relationship, which is really difficult for somebody who's been alone most of their life. So really just that, I'm leaning into my somatic techniques, body work, breathing techniques to stay out of that dark place. Finding that I get activated by people that I work with a little bit more than I would like. Racism is just a huge, it's just a huge thing right now, and it's like no matter where you go, there's no hiding from it. So that's what I was speaking about being triggering. But anyways, so Kamina the coach, sending you love, light, peace, and joy. And until next time, I'll see you.